All right, to final assembly, we're gonna start with the back pages. And the covers, okay? So you're gonna grab your 2 covers and you're gonna grab the back pages. The triangles should kind of like, you should see 2 valley folds here, 2 mountain folds here, and then a mountain fold for each flap, right? So when you flip it over as if it's the inside, you're gonna have these 3 little triangle peaks on the inside, okay? That is the direction that it goes. When you're folding, when you're gluing rather, you wanna not get glue on everything else. So there's lots of ways you can do this, but I'm gonna take my flap and I'm gonna put it on my scrap paper and I'm gonna have it unfolded like this. Some of you might want to take another scrap. You can work with it vertically, stacked rather, and stick this right inside like that. The reason for doing that is so that you can't accidentally get glue on the things behind it. You can even take a second scrap and kind of tuck it in there so that you really protect all the layers. Oops. So whatever is comfortable for you. It's a little weird to work with this stacked because of the triangle shape. It's a little bit more difficult than some versions of accordion folds. Okay, so I've got that nice and covered. Now I'm going to align it. Oh, and do pay attention to the front and the back. Remember, this is the spine, this is the back edge. So if this is, we would open a book this way. So don't accidentally do it upside down. Okay. So I'm aligning that edge so that this is pretty much flush with the back. I don't want it to stick out past it, but you do have to work a little quickly because this will start to adhere pretty much right away. You can kind of smush it a little bit, but not a lot. Once it's glued, again, I'm gonna burnish so that I make sure there's no air pockets. Just gonna make it nice and secure. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. So on here. Get a fresh side of my scrap paper. Working fairly quickly. Spread the glue out. Right off the edges. It's gonna wanna start to like curl on you a little bit, so just be aware. And then I'm aligning so that it's centered from top to bottom, but that the folded edge is flush. And we're getting just a little bit of a peak of that patterned paper on 3 sides. You can cut your book sizes whatever size you want. You could have all 3 flush. I like to see a little bit of it. Okay, perfect. So we've got the back adhered. And now you find your inside content and that will nest. You should be able to just kind of drop it right on there, okay? The triangles alternate. So from the top view, they're gonna go like this. They're gonna alternate and nest right in there. The only piece that will glue fully is this first triangle and this last triangle. And then we'll align this with this edge. So we'll try to line up this corner and this corner so that I'm not seeing that dark brown. I'm just aligning it right with that cover sheet. And that, as long as you fold it with precision, it'll fit right there. It won't interfere with the folds. We'll do the same on the back. And then we really just put like a dot of glue in here so that they don't separate over time. But you don't need to glue them fully, okay? It'll make sense in a second. So back with my scrap paper, making sure I don't put like a gluey piece underneath. I'm actually just gonna fold a corner here, right in there. Brush it on my triangle. Okay. Double checking the front and the back. This is the back. So this one is gonna go here. And I'm aligning that front edge. If I align the front edge, everything else will be fine. Okay, so I lined up that line of page with that line of page, and I'm smoothing out. I can even grab my bone folder, give it a gentle burnish. That side's done. Okay, this is where the paper kind of in the layers is really helpful because I don't want to get glue all over this stuff. So I'm going to brush away from all of that onto the scrap that I've put there. Oops. Missed a spot. Okay, here we go. Again, I'm gonna worry about everything else later. I'm gonna align this straight edge with the inside cover of the book. Get that lined up. Give it a gentle burnish. And we are almost done. So the last step is to just get these two layers to stay together. So what I like to do is put like a little dot of glue like here, kind of on the inside of each little flap. So I'm gonna get some of my glue. I'm not gonna use a ton. Start on one edge and just put a little bit. You don't wanna overdo it. So here, little dot right in the middle there. And it's helpful to kind of like fold and nest your book and apply pressure to those spots as you're, like I'm almost closing it as I go. The PVA glue will dry clear, but it does have like a small sheen. So if you get it everywhere, you're still gonna see it. So you just wanna be a little bit careful with that. As you get closer to the end, it's gonna be a little harder to get that glue in there. You could, in theory, put the glue on all little spots across the whole thing. And then collapse, but I prefer to do it one little triangle at a time. Okay, I'm just gonna squish, squish, squish. And there you have it, it's assembled. Nice and neat. If you get little glue lines like this, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I try to wipe those out so that it doesn't glue like this side to that side. But as it dries, we won't squish, we won't compress it under weight until after it's dry. But that is your book. Ta-da!